feel like we're getting everybody pretty much well. Obviously there's going to be some things that you won't fix till after the season, but excited for these guys to kind of get their legs back under them. We've had good practice. Obviously we know Appalachian State, what a great program. I was thinking the other day, reminds me kind of how I felt at Prattville those last few years, when you plug in different people, and some coaches stay, some coaches leave. Obviously Coach Clark just got, I think, the interim tag lifted off. He's been part of that program, I think, the last 4 years. And wow, what a great job they've done. Just consistency. They're good on both sides of the ball, special teams. Quarterback's a local guy who's really a great player. Obviously, they got the running backs leading the conference in rushing, and you don't know really which side of the ball they're better at, offensively or defensively. They're great on both sides of the ball. So huge challenge for us. Excited about going to New Orleans, a new setting for us, and I think they do a great job. Everything I've heard about how they run their bowl. So we'll be leaving in the morning to go down there, and really excited about our opportunity. Questions?
Coach, App State has a reputation of being a giant killer. Is that now the role that you play in this?
Yeah, it's almost like it's flipped for us. I think, if you look at them being a top 25 team and what they've done this year, beating South Carolina, North Carolina, winning their division, their conference again. I think for us, it's also a chance to preview next year's team. I was sitting there, all right, seniors, raise your hand yesterday, and it's a small number of guys, and so we want to see what our group does next year. Obviously, we'll get a few guys back that have been injured, and really excited about our recruits. But it's I think this is kind of a preview of next year's team for us, going against the top 25 team. So it's a huge deal for us. But what a great job they've done in that program through the years.
Coach, is there anything you take from your last two bowl appearances to help with preparation for this year, or is each season kind of its own unique situation?
It's been different for us because we lost so many of those guys. So the conference championship game was so new for most of our team, or a lot of our team. A lot of them had not been in that setting last year. But I think you learn from all those instances, and I use the Bahamas Bowl as an example of we were happy to be there. And I kind of felt that way a little bit last week. Nobody's got any expectations for you. And then all of a sudden you do something nobody's really expecting, and you just breathe. And really, when you've got something to prove, we had something to prove last year. Now we've got something to prove this week. I think that's the best place to be as a team. We'll see how it works. They got a new coach. He's going to have something to prove as well. But I think for us, having been in those bowls, I think how you travel, what's the itinerary, the things the bowl asks you to do, it does help, no doubt.
For the third year in a row, your bowl games kind of coincided with this early sign-in period. How have you, as a staff, kind of worked within that frame, as well as going into the signing day? Obviously, you can't come in on any specific recruit right now, but it seems that you've gotten a lot of these classes wrapped up early for this early signing period, especially this year with only losing 14 seniors.
Yeah, I think for us, that's what I said. If we can survive signing guys in the Bahamas, there's nothing we can't do, because we were trying to get, at that time, the faxes had pretty much gone out. We were still emailing. Obviously now they can take pictures and send, it's a lot easier, but I think making it through that was a really great preparation for anything we got moving forward, and we've kind of learned how to handle this early signing day. So, we load up on that plane at 9, and we want all that behind us, when we get on that plane. So I think just that past experience has helped us.
How important is it, you think, going forward to get win number 10 this year and kind of using that as a springboard into the offseason?
Yeah, I think anything we do, as I said, this is next year's team really that's going to be mostly playing. I mean, we've still got a few of those seniors we want to play well for, but I think anything that propels us into a great offseason, there's going to be high expectations for next year's team with all these returners, and I think it starts with this game, so no doubt.
So you think the biggest challenge is facing App State?
I think it's not just a program that's good. They are good. They're really good on offense. The things they do, they're a big stretch team that they've been running for years. They're so well coached up front. The quarterback is truly a great player. The running back's truly a great player. Defensively, they're really, really good. So I think, when you just look at besides this history and these other things, they've got a really good team, you know, and I think that's the individual matchups that we've got to look at, and we've got to do the same thing. We've got to be good across the board.
We saw Tyler in the second half of the CUSA title game. Could we expect to see a lot more of him in this bowl game?
Yeah, you could. I mean, I think the good thing for us, he's pretty close to being healthy. Obviously, Dylan's done a great job for us, so that's, once again, that's kind of what we're working through right now of who it'll be.
And what's the status of Jermaine Brown? Obviously, you know, he didn't play in the last couple of games.
Yeah, Jermaine's back as well, so it's good to have him back.
Coach, you mentioned App State's quarterback, Zach Thomas, a couple of times, local
Yep.
kid from right up
Yep.
there at Trustful. What specifically about him jumps out at you about what he?
So Zach, obviously having Grayson Cash, David Ifaji, Street, those guys haven't played with him. I think, you know, we feel like we kind of know him. You know, we remember liking him and recruiting. You know, we were kind of in that mix. First, he's a great runner. I think people probably don't really understand this guy's really like a running back. You know, listen to our guys talk about him. I think he was the fastest guy on that, second fastest guy on that team. So first off, his speed jumps out, and I think that surprises a lot of people they play. So he runs the option really well. Very, very accurate. Good decision maker. And, you know, anytime you got a local guy, he's going to want to do well against us, even though he's done well all year. But knowing him, knowing his coaches from high school, how well he's been coached there as well, he's a really good player, great competitor.
I feel like you might be a little bit better prepared, considering that Bahamas Bowl you played against a guy who played his high school ball in Alabama, Nathan Rourke, who you know his head coach, Bobby.
Yeah, I think to that point, those guys, anytime you're playing against local folks, you want to do well. So he's going to come in this game wanting to perform well. That's probably no different than he feels every game, but there might be a little something added for him, so we're going to have to be ready.
Team kind of feel overlooked walking into this game, just putting that tension of being around.
You know, I mean, I think App State's earned that, you know, but I think obviously if you're a competitor and what we've done the last few years, and, you know, I'm not a big point spread guy, but I mean, obviously that jumps out to you. So, you know, I think for us, the challenge is there, and we're going to see how we respond.
What do you need from the UAB fan base? New Orleans is not that far away.
Yep.
What do you need from the fan base?
Well, I think just anytime our guys see our folks there and support it, it means a lot, you know, so we'd love to have them there, you know, and just, like you said, it's a pretty good, pretty easy trip and a great place to go, so be a good Christmas present to have them there.
Going for a 10th win, just, you know, the point spread you just mentioned, the ranked team. You know, does that make it easier to keep these guys focused, especially going into a city that's been known, you know, to be, you know, cause distraction you know, with everything out there, including cocktail napkins, but you know, just all sort of things that kind of come with that city.
Yeah, I mean, it's a business trip for us. We want to enjoy it, obviously. You know, they got to go to the bowl suite yesterday and pick out these gifts, got the new gear. So there's a lot of great things, but you know, I've seen them really focused up to this point. Hopefully we can keep that when we get there.
Coach, jumping on a question I asked earlier, last year your team was kind of a story with the storybook finish,
Right.
conference championship, all of that. You've been maybe not as big a headline this year. Is that something about which you and your players have talked?
You know, I think for us, you know, we had this goal to be a champion again. Obviously, the West champ was not the final goal, but I think that was a big deal. I think this is where we want to be every year. You know, we want to be in the conversation. We want to be in the fight. And, you know, I think anytime you're a competitor, you know, you get motivated by a number of things. So I think anything that motivates us to help us practice, work harder, we're looking for.